In this video, we want to focus on creating and customizing a chart that is fitting to our data. So we already have our questionnaire here. So we already created a more useful table down here with our information from here. So this table shows that in question 1, the answer 1 was given 1 time, or in question 1, the answer 3 was given 3 times, and so on. So now that we have this structure with the information in the rows and the information in the columns, we will select all of it. And now we can go to this and select charts, and we get some recommended. Or we could go to the Insert tab, to the Charts ribbon, and we can choose some by ourselves. But the best to go is to click on Recommended Charts, and Excel will analyze the data you have in your highlighted cells, and it will present you the best charts that would fit this data. And if you still don't find the one you want to have, you can of course create your own, but most of the time you're good to go with those recommended ones. So in this case, as Excel suggested me, this clustered column chart is the best to go for me, because in the end we will see that in question 1 the answer 3 was picked the most. In question 5 the answer 1 was picked the most, but answer 2 was the second most, and stuff like this. So you always have to think about how will someone read your chart, and in this case this clustered column chart is the best to go for the result that we are looking for. So we go to OK, and now we have our chart, and we can move it around in our worksheet, and we will put it right here. And now a Chart Tools menu opened. We have Design and Format, and right now we will choose a different design, for example this one right here, and we could also change the colors like those, but we will keep them. Now we can also edit the chart title, and of course we can change the size to whatever we want. And now you can see we have a perfect chart that fits our data, gives us the answers that we want, and it was easy to create. Also, to show some different charts, we will choose the same data, go to Insert, and now we will choose one of those. For example, we will choose a pie chart, or we have like scatter charts and bubble charts, combinations, a histogram. We will use lines for this one, like those. And now we have a different chart, which is of course not that fitting to our process right now, but it is still working. So to edit this, we could add and remove chart elements like labels. You could also create titles for the axis. You could also add a data table so that you see your data again. It's basically the same table that we have right here. So if we make this chart bigger, we could see it all better. And you could also of course remove the legend, but we want to keep it. So you have different options in these chart elements, and you could also do a different style. We could choose again this dark style that we had earlier, but this time we will choose a different coloring. And also you can do chart filters. So if you don't want to have everything visible on your chart at once, or you just want to focus on one thing right now, you could use a chart filter. So if I only want to see one of the lines, I will just hover over them, and you can clearly see them highlighted and clearer. So either the chart type you have to use is given in your task, or you can decide on your own, but depending on your preference, if you really like pie charts, you could of course use them if your data is fitting to a pie chart. But if you're not so sure, you should always go with the recommended charts and just see what is suggested, and you will probably find a good fitting chart for your task.